Gorilla Reroll is a real camp, but people think it's a meme. But I'm gonna show you how to play it, when to play it, and why is it good. This camp appeared a few days ago and people think it's a meme, but it's actually pretty good. I casted yesterday Tactician Cup 2 and I saw someone from Europe winning the game with it. But first let me show you how to play it. Mundo is a low level board that you need to reroll your champions and 3-star them. You need Mundo 3, Zyra 3, Alistar and Seraphine. Alistar and Seraphine are not mandatory, but they are good. So how do we hit everything? The objective with this board is to go, first of all, you never level. You need to level naturally from the game, be level 4, and you start rolling the PvE round when you are level 4 and you have 4 out of 6 experience. So you have like that small little window of one round where you can roll the gold and try to hit your 3 stars. But this doesn't mean you need to roll to 0. Knowing that we need so many units to be 3-star, it means that we need to use our gold correctly. So at level 4, at 3-1, you start rolling your gold until you are 33 gold. You pick all the Mundos, Alistar, Zyra and Seraphine. Question is, why 33 gold? But why 33? In TFT you get money from the gold. So if you stay at 33, in 2 rounds you're gonna be 50 again. So you can start rolling again. So that's why you shouldn't go to 0 gold, because if you go to 0 gold, it's gonna be way harder to recover your interest. So the plan is very simple. You never level, you are level 4 at 3-1, you start rolling until 33 gold, you pick all the Alistars, Mundo, Zyra and Seraphines. After that you recover your gold until 50 gold and you slow roll. Slow roll means everything you have above 50 gold, you should roll and pick all the units that you need. That doesn't mean that if you have like 52 gold you should roll. Why? Because imagine you have 52, you roll once, you have 50 gold left, and after that you get Mundo Alistar in shop. What do? You lose interest. So be very careful how do you roll. When it comes to importance of units, Mundo is the most important, Zyra is the second most, and then it's Alistar and Seraphine. You don't need to hit all 4 of them, but it would be nice to have at least 3 to push levels. The magic behind Gorilla Reroll is to have as much health as possible. That's why we will see later that the augments we choose are based on the HP Mundo gets. But when it comes to items, you want as many Warmogs as possible and as many Redemption as possible. The reason you want to combine these two is because Redemption allows him to heal himself when it's usually the last one alive. Knowing that Mundo is the main carry allows us to make the other items as fast as possible. So for example, if you start with like rod, glove, belt, you can slam already JG because you know you don't need rod or gloves in this camp. You need belts for Mundo. So at the next carousel, you'll always prioritize belts. After you hit all your 3 stars, try to push levels. You want to hit 4 bruises or 4 techies as soon as possible. It depends on what you hit first. Don't overroll for it. It's fine if you have both. Once you're level 7, your board should be 4 techies, 4 bruisers. You're gonna win most of stage 4 and maybe you're gonna start have some problem in stage 5. At level 8, try to play this board. Of course it has Kobuko, so you need to high roll, but don't worry, if you don't have Kobuko you can play another bruiser. But having these units at level 8 allows you to go level 9 way easier. At level 9 you cap this board with either 6 techies or with 6 bruiser depending on who you have item for. For example, if you have like Viego items or like extra brand items, you can play around 6 techies. If you have like more tank items for like Cho'Gath or for Kobuko, you should play around that. Usually 6 bruisers with 4 techies should be better than 6 techies with 4 bruisers, but that's not usually always true, because for example if you go level 9 and you hit a Viego 2, then you play Viego 2. Now that we know how the board looks like, when to roll and the items, let's talk about augments. The best augments you can take are Belt Overflow, Investment Strategy, No Scout No Pivot, Starry Nights, Pandora's Bench and Reinforcing Skeleton. You can take for example like Cooking Pan also, but it's not as good all the time, especially because you can play Rapid Fire Renekton or you can play like around Bruiser Fiddlesticks. Why are these augments so good? Well, when we start the video we said that Mundo gets as much HP as possible from all the sources, as you can see in the passive, and that's exactly what for example Investment Strategy does. Your champion gains 7 permanent max health per interest you earn, right? All these augments we talked about are giving you more HP on Mundo, so he can like be this like big guy where he can one-taps everyone. Especially because his scaling allows him to sometimes, not every time, one-tap even tanks with 3 items. So he's very dangerous once your board is online. You cannot pick your augments, so of course you're not gonna have all these augments all the time. But that's why I'm saying you should never force Mundo from every spot you have. I would only play this if I have a lot of Mundos early, some belt starts, maybe it's a silver start with Pandora's Bench or Investment Strategy. Maybe you get like a Prismatic at 3-2 with Belt Overflow, which is best and slow because you can itemize Alistar also, which is like an amazing tank. So it depends a lot on every game if you decide to play Mundo or not. Yesterday I casted Tactician Cup 2 and I saw Experion playing exactly this board that we talked about. In this board he's like level 9, 6 techies, 4 bruisers. As we said, you can play 6 bruisers or you can play 6 techies. Now let's see how the fight goes. Mundo is here, so pay attention on him. Also, a very important detail is to remember that he moved the items from Zyra 3 to Brand 2, because late game is way more important to like reach backline. That's why he has items on Brand and Seraphine, okay? This Mundo is not even flinching. Look at his HP, he doesn't even have double warmocks. But because he played it in the correct spot and he's so much ahead, he doesn't have problems like winning the lobby. I think he managed to win the lobby. He got a take emblem from Carousel and he got like 8 takeys with Mundo carry and stuff like that. And he won the game. But it shows you that if you play it in the correct spot, you can for sure win the games. And not even a question, you can top 4 every game. Well, now you know how to play Gorilla Reroll. Hope you liked the video, and if you have any feedback, let me know.